Next topic we have to study is about the nature of management. Okay, what is the nature of management? So we can say, as per when you say about the nature of management, we can say that the management can be of three classifications are there. We can say management as a science. It is a kind of comparison. Okay, so management can be compared as a science, management can be compared with the profession, and management can be compared with the art. Okay, so what is the nature of when we are studying or when we have to understand the nature of a person, how is his nature, exactly we cannot say like that, isn't it? So what we do is that we make comparison with another person. So how he is, comparing with this person, how he is, comparing with that person, how he is, comparing with the other person, how he is. So such a way we make the nature of that person, isn't it? So like we can say that these two people are exactly similar, these two people are not similar, isn't it? So such a way only we can say the nature of anything. So in the same way we find, in order to find the nature of management, we make a comparison of management with the science, comparison with the management of management with the profession and the art. Okay. So first we make the comparison between management and science. Okay, if can we call management as a science or not? Okay, so that is what the question that we have to discuss. So the first one, in order to understand what is, we can call it management as a science or not, in order to understand that, first we have to understand what is science. Okay, science is a systematized body of knowledge, because it has, so science refers to the systematic body of knowledge which is acquired on the basis of observation and experiments, and verification of this knowledge is possible. So this is the meaning of science. So it is a systematized body of knowledge, and it is developed by experiments and experience of the people, and it can be verified. So these are the some of them. Now next we have to understand testing of science with the characteristics of management. Okay, both management and science, is it easy or is it similar? So we have to understand. First one, we can say the first characteristics of science is that it is a systematized body of knowledge. What is the meaning of a systematized body of knowledge? Means that we can study these things in a systematic way. There is a proper things are there, like if you want to study science, like a proper scientific books are there, or educational things are there, all the type of materials and other kind of contents are available. If you like, imagine that if you are studying after 10th class, if you want to study continuous science batch, you have to study, there is a particular option like PCM or PCB, like that options are there. And after completing 12th, again you have plenty of options are there, like you can go for biology, you can go for when you wish, like BSc, BSc biology, you can study BSc physics or BSc chemistry, BSc mathematics, or whatever may be the science branch, you can study that. And after that again there is again like microbiology is there, zoology is there, botany is there, so many subcategorizations are there. In that again so many specializations are there. So in this way there is a very systematic body of knowledge it is. Okay, so we can study anything into detail about that, isn't it? It's like this Justo sir's brother, he is studying, he has completed his studies based on this chemistry, crystals, isn't it? You know, see these LCDs are there, isn't it? So liquid crystals. So he is conducting research. He is in Poland, and he is conducting like PhD on liquid crystals. Okay, and he has conducted some papers. He has already international papers. He has already submitted, and he is working for this ISRO, like one. This one is there. So he has already submitted some few papers, and he has given this studies. So it is, we can continue studies into any extent, isn't it? So this liquid crystal is only a small particle, so a very small thing in the this one. Like when you say science, it's big, like it is like an ocean, isn't it? So very big thing. And in that liquid crystal is a very small thing. Okay, but we can study about that. Okay, so there are people those who are studying about cell, human cell. So see, like in our body, crores of cells are there. If you just like one drop of blood falls down, in that lakhs of cells are there. Okay, and in that one cell, and what see, like human beings are very much expert in making so many things, isn't it? But this much a small thing, one cell, cannot be made, isn't it? So we have so many things. We have made big inventions, big buildings can be made. So many things can be made. But a human cell cannot be made, isn't it? So it is made by God, and we have no any other method, or like a human beings or things are there. So it is like one human being, like I and you. All these are made with two cells. Okay, just two, and two cells are intersected, and from that it become just one cell. Okay, started from only one cell. One cell means a very minute thing. You cannot see, not even see with your eyes. So from that we started growing. So they have in the science we have studied a lot amount of things. But we cannot study, or we cannot make, or any animal. So normally without the help of any other things, like there are like test tube babies, or like a tissue culture, all these type of methods are there. Okay, but without anything, like we can say it is also tissue culture, or anything of these kinds of things are taken. See, like one cell is taken from the human being, or one cell is taken from any another animal, or one cell is taken from a plant, and from that they are making it. But we cannot make without anything. Simply we cannot make a cell. But any other things, anything we can make. And even this like water. Okay, so a drop of water. Water, you have studied about water. It is of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, H2O. It is combined. But we cannot combine. We know that this is of these three atoms, but we cannot combine these three and make water. Is it possible? Till now we have not developed any kind of system to combine this and make it into water. Isn't it? Or it is like carbon dioxide is there. So the trees are splitting this carbon dioxide into carbon and oxygen, and they leave out the oxygen, and they use the carbon for making food. Like plants, they make fruits and all, they are making it out of the carbon and take the energy, solar energy and all these things. But we have never, so these things are done by the plants. But we have not developed a technology to develop these things by ourselves. In our factories, big factories are there. So these plants, the leaves of the plants are a big factory. So they are producing this food for us, food for the animals, food for everything. And we have not, even though this much bigger findings are there, but we have never been able to make a product without these things. So these are the things. So we have so much amount of scientific studies are possible. And in case of management also, all these kinds of studies are there. Like you are studying here, you are studying management. This is a systematic body of knowledge. You have books, you have a syllabus, you have all the study materials, all the things possible are there. And now you are studying like 11th to 12th, you have completed. Now afterwards, if you want, you can go for a BCom or BBA. So many courses are available. After that, you can go for a MBA or MCom, or so many other courses are there. And after that, if you want to do PhD, if you want to do doctorate, or if you want to do any kind of studies or any specialization. Now see, like when I was studying MBA, there was only 3 specializations. Okay, business, marketing, finance and HR. These 3 finance, only these specializations were there. Now there are thousands of specializations are there. Anything you can do specialization in MBA. So many MBA courses are there. And you can study any colleges. And when we were studying and all, MBA course was not available in every college. But now in every college it is available. Anywhere you can study. So there is, and also you can study depending on different price level. So you can spend 20-30 lakh rupees and study MBA. And you can study in 2,000-3,000 rupees also you can study MBA. So anything is possible. So if you want to study, like if you are studying in IIM or such kind of big institutes and so on, and you need, or like SRM college and all is there, or so many big colleges are there where they are providing big high standard education, and they give study, but your expenditure for studying is around 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 50 lakh like that. Okay. But once you complete your job, they are giving you, see, like if you are studying in Chennai, there is a SRM college is there. So there, for studying MBA, one course cost around 30 to 50 lakh rupees expenditure is there. But once you complete course, they offer minimum per month salary is 3 lakh rupees. You will get a job. The campus recruitment, after completing your MBA, they will place you a job with 3 lakh rupees per month salary. Okay. So after that, if your performance level is high, then you can increase your salary. But starting with a 3 lakh rupees salary. Okay. The company, the campus is offered there. Yes, you know. So they are offering this job. Campus recruitment will be conducted, and minimum 3 lakh rupees salary they are offering. Okay. It depends on your luck also. If you are getting job, then only. If the companies will come and recruit you, and if you are not selected, then you may not get job. But they provide job opportunities like that, and plenty of people are getting job like that. Okay. So these are there. So the opportunities are there. Huge amount of opportunities are there. Anything you can study. Any of if you want to search about any of the contents there, it is possible. Systematic, all the scientific scientific principles, like we have management principles are there, rules are there. Everything is quite possible. Okay, so that is about the systematized body of knowledge. Then next one, principles based on experiments. So like we have studied that science principles, scientific principles are made based on experiments. Okay, so like if you want to conduct any type of thing in science, they do, it is based on experiments. Okay. They do like they will do some. They will put something in test tube and they keep it there, and they will pour some liquid into that, and they will conduct. They have like lab and all, and in the lab they are doing experiments and finding out the theory. If there is a principle, they will do a solution for that. So how this one is there and what changes are taking place. All these type of things they are making with the experiments. But management principles are not made with the experiments. There are experiments also, but it is based on experience. Okay, the experience means that like if I am working in this, like imagine that like if water and salt is mixed, and after that, water and sugar, if it is mixed, after that you cannot split. So you cannot separate water and salt. If it is mixed, we can, I think, if we, by evaporating and all, it can be separated. But water and sugar, if it is mixed, then after that you cannot separate it. Okay, or we can say like whatever things that we are making, like ice is melted, then it will become water. So this is a universal principle. And this principle is applicable in case if you do this experiment in UP, or if you do it in Kerala, or if you do it in Pakistan, or if you do it in America, wherever it is there, same result. Is it? But a management principle is not like that. Okay, if we are using a management principle here in UP itself, like in our school, if we are using a one method, but in a UP itself, if you are using same method in like little more village area, if we have here itself, we are having plenty of schools are there, and if you go like here, this many like students are there in our school, some students are there, and if you are using one particular principle for managing you all, the same principle if you are using in any other school, then it may not be successful. So if the principle which we have used here, it will become successful here, but it may not be successful in same itself. Here in Haria itself, if you apply it in some other place, it may not be successful. So it is based on the circumstances. So it depends on the human mind. Okay. So like if imagine that's like the reactions of the people. So if we do a scientific experiment, the reaction is similar. So if, as I told you, if you heat ice, what it happens, it will become water. That is the reaction that will take place. But to a human being, if I scold a person, how he is reacting. So imagine that if there is an employee, and if the employee is not performing well, and if I am getting angry with that person and I am shouting at that person, and I am telling you that you have to do the work, tomorrow you have to complete the task and go, otherwise you will be sent out. Okay. So if I say this one to one person, or there are 3 employees like that, in the same institution itself, if I tell to one person, he may say that yes sir, I will do tomorrow. The second person, he may not be listening that, he will give one slap to the manager and he will say that I don't want your job. He will go out. And another person may be there, he will say that I will do the job, but he will go and next day he will not come. So the behavior of different people will be entirely different. We cannot expect the same behavior from every people. Okay, but scientific principle means there is a same reaction. Okay, if water from this side if you take, water from that side if you take, and if you boil it, it will become this water vapor, isn't it? So there is no change in that. But we are in management, we are dealing with the human minds, and the human mind is entirely different. So it depends on the circumstances, and the principles are made based on the experiences of the different experts, managers. So these, like we have studied, we have made Henry Fayol's principles, we have studied F.W. Taylor's principles, we have studied. All these principles are made based on the experience of these people. And other principles are also there. All the management principles are made on the experiences, not based on experiments. And we cannot do experiment also. We cannot take a person into a test tube and put this thing and conduct an experiment. It is not possible. So it depends on that person. So like if I, in a situation, I will say that if this employee is not working and I talk to that person, and see, like if an employee is there, to an employee, if I am scolding, he will be changing. To another employee, if we are scolding, he may not change. But if we say lovingly, that person may listen. So it depends on the people. So it depends on the experience of the managers. Do you understand? So there is a slight difference between science and management in this case. And next one is universal validity. So universal validity is somewhat connected with this one. Already I have told you, like this principles of science can be applied in anywhere without any change, same way. So as I told you, if ice is melting in India or America or Pakistan or Canada or wherever it is there, it will be the same. All the scientific principles are there. Or we say that if an action will have an opposite and equivalent reaction. So there is a theory there. Okay, and this principle is applicable to every places. Anywhere if you go, you will find that this principle can be applicable, not only in India but also in anywhere. But these principles of management cannot be applicable in the same way to every places. So it will be applicable in one place, but may not be applicable in another place. It based on the circumstances, we may have to make some changes to the principle. It doesn't mean that a principle may not be applicable. It can be applicable, but not in the same way. Okay, it will be different in a different situation. So when you compare, we can say as a conclusion, management cannot be treated as a perfect science, but as it is, principles are subject to change with the time, situations and human nature. It is better to call applied science. So we cannot call it as a pure science, just like a science, but we can say that it is applied science. Scientific principles are applied in this one also. We can say applicable. Or inexact science. Now exact means 100% equal. Inexact means not 100%, but some up to some percentage, like 70%, 80%. Inexact. It is not completely a science, but it is almost equal to a science. Okay. So these two names are used. You have to remember these names: applied science or inexact science. Ernest Dale has called management a soft science because its principles are not very rigid. Okay, another name for this one is that soft science. Soft science means that, as I told you, scientific principles are 100% strict rules. Okay, there are no change possible. Okay, if this is there, if these two things are added, this will be the result. So there is a 100% variation, and there is no variation to that. There is a 100% result for that. But the scientific principles do not have that much amount of rigid rules are not there. So there it can be changed according to the situations. So flexibility is there for the management principles. Okay. So that is the difference between these two principles. And the next topic we will study in the next class.